Well, in 1 Samuel 1, you hear about a young boy named David who, with a slingshot, able to defeat a giant in a very powerful presence in Goliath, we'll say that. And here on your screen, up above, we'll call him David, and down below, we'll call him Goliath. The Outlaws pulling off an upset for the ages last night in Amsterdam, an upset that nobody expected, and it was certainly something to behold. 3-2 was the final score, and we'll get more into that as we roll throughout our pregame show, but had to, of course, make the joke. And so now let's get into it. Outlaws back here at home tonight to take on these Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs. Welcome in, Outlaws. Pregame for an abbreviated version tonight. Apologize about our late start, but we've had some things to deal with today. So, again, my apologies. But it's a free night down here at the ballpark. Casella Waste sponsoring the ball game. And it's supposed to be Christmas in July night, but we're kind of short-staffed here at Damaski Field tonight, so I don't have too much Christmas festivities going on. We're hoping to do some cookie decorating, snowball throwing, and the like on field between half innings, get Christmas music bumping in here, and we'll get some Christmas music on later, but that's about as festive as we can go. I couldn't even find my Santa hat. I was really disappointed. I went looking through my storage in my bedroom this morning, but wasn't stumbling on it, and our Santa outfit never showed up here on time, and so unfortunately, I guess Christmas is going to be a little bit late this year here at Damaski Field. But Outlaws, I guess last night you could call it Christmas, getting that victory in Amsterdam. Again, 3-2 was your final score. Mohawks 8 hits to the Outlaws 6, had 1 error apiece, and unfortunately for the Laws, taking that error because last night was a really clean game in the field. You'll hear about it from assistant coach Josiah Aska as well as Outlaws pitcher Alice Burciaga here momentarily, but everybody just kind of regarded last night as one of the best fielding games that this team has had all year. Unfortunately, left 8 on the base paths. Mohawks left 9 on, and they had the bases loaded twice last night. And, all around, it was a really great effort for this Outlaw team. Let's look at the scoring in the first inning after Martin Thorsland got 2 quick outs. Will Cohen had an RBI single to right field to score Brady touchstone, making it 1-0 Mohawks. Then Danny Perez would single to center, advancing to third on an error by Dane Richards, who's going to be in the DH spot tonight for head coach Keaton Mark. Outlaws immediately would respond. Top of the second, wasting no time. Ian Wirtz would get on base before Lorenzo Camarelli would have a 2-run bomb long into the night in Amsterdam over the left field fence. So 2-2 your score. And then we went to the 9th inning, and Dane Richards had a single to left field, knocking in a run. Ian Wirtz went to third. Waterman got gunned out at home. Zach Porter scored. It was 3-2 Outlaws. Oneonta takes 13 Ks to the Mohawk 6, and we are now going to go to our Coach Joe interview of the day here on Outlaw Pregame. Colby Smith, and I'm joined here today by Outlaws assistant coach Josiah Aska. Coach, an impressive win last night up in Amsterdam. Tell me about what you saw.
Just a clean baseball game on both sides. Pitchers going out there throwing with a lot of confidence, forcing hitters to be what you call them, hitters. Infield making plays, outfield making plays. There's some different guys out there in the outfield, and they came through. That's it. Just a really clean game on both sides.
Well, you mentioned throwing different guys in the outfield. How tough is it to not primarily play out there and then have to go up and play such a shallow, kind of weird outfield like in Amsterdam?
It kind of gives you an advantage. Not being necessarily used to seeing the ball fly out there, you can get away with a lot more and just know if the ball's over your head, it's probably off the wall. You can be more aggressive coming in and not necessarily have to worry about getting beat.
Well, and I want to go back to what you said about pitchers throwing with a lot of confidence. What specifically impressed you with Thor and Burciaga last night?
Just pounding the zone over and over and over again. Not worrying about if they were getting hit hard or soft, just making hitters compete and hit their stuff.
How do you feel like Burciaga has become such a solid weapon for you guys out of the bullpen as the season's gone on?
He just exudes confidence. As the guys say now, aura. He's up there just not worried about anything. He's like, if you're going to hit it, hit it. And if not, next guy.
Well, and in terms of that lineup you put together last night, what specifically do you feel the biggest strength you saw was?
Finally getting some hits with guys in scoring position and hitting well. We kind of still left a lot of people on base with the bases loaded and things not going our way. That's really it. Just yeah.
Well, in terms of anything that you'd like to see changed or cleaned up here moving forward on the offensive side of the ball, what do you got?
Hits with runners in scoring position. Second and third alone with no outs, one out, just somehow driving that guy in. That's something we've been struggling with all year, and hopefully we can get it.
Well, now you face a Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs team tonight that's red hot. Have won 5 of their last 6. Have struggled against them so far this year, but did get a 4th of July victory. What do you got to do to repeat that success?
Fight fire with fire. You know, it's not always the best thing to do, but we're going to turn up the flame today.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. Good luck tonight.
Yes, sir.
Colby Smith, and I'm joined here today by Outlaws pitcher Alex Burciaga. Alex, player of the game last night, a huge victory for you coming out of the bullpen in Amsterdam. Just tell me about that outing.
I felt good during warm-ups, and I just told myself, just be confident and throw strikes.
Well, you seem to be throwing with kind of next level confidence right now. Just what's kind of led to that, and what's your mindset been like recently?
Basically, really, my mindset has just been like, just don't care, just throw. If they hit it, they hit it. Who cares? Just get the next one. And that's how I've just been really moving forward with every pitch.
Well, in an atmosphere like you faced last night, Amsterdam, sold out crowd on a Friday night, and kind of just the reputation that that team and organization have, how special was it for you just to do the job you did yesterday?
It felt pretty special. With the crowd being loud, it just gives me more confidence to just throw and dot up. And all around, it's just a great team, and it felt great to just get the victory.
In terms of specific positives from your outing yesterday, what do you got for me?
I was dotting up my slider. My slider was working really well, and then just throwing strikes. That's really it.
How do you go about building off an outing like that and just trying to continue to grow here these last couple of weeks?
Honestly, just have the same mentality. Just don't care. Have all the confidence in the world. Just moving forward, I'm just going to keep doing what I do.
How do you feel like this team really backed you up super well last night and has started to play some good baseball despite what the stats say?
Yeah, our defense, spectacular. They were there behind me, behind Martin. No errors. It was great baseball. The bats were on. It's all around great baseball.
How did you celebrate after last night's win?
Hung out with the friends, hung out with the fellas, just watched a couple shows, just celebrated.
What's the go-to show these days?
We watch a lot of Breaking Bad now, and Snowfall. Snowfall's good too.
What are some of the other sorts of things you do with these guys off the field, and how do you guys just continue to build your relationships off it?
We hang out at some of the houses that we have. Usually I go downstairs to the other apartments, play some MLB with them, watch shows. Sometimes go out to eat. Just try and find as much stuff as we can around here.
Have you had a seat at the blackjack table recently?
No, and I plan on never doing it.
Alex, one last question here before I let you go. You face a Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs team tonight. You beat the 4th of July. Well, we're going to have to cut Alex Burciaga off there a little bit soon. Apologize about that. But the full interview available on Outlaw social media. First pitch from Evan Staroba. Shot high in the air, deep to center. Caught on the run by SUNY Cortland product Lucas Granger. And so one pitch, and Ethan Hughes quickly retired here at the top of the Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs lineup loudly. Dodge 20-15-1 now across their 36 games here in 2025. They are 8-6-1 on the road, have gone 12-9 at home, and they've won 3 straight games, including their last 2 against Boonville, as former Outlaw Jaden Ross going to take a called strike from Evan Staroba, and the count's going to run to 0-1. Ross last season with the Outlaws left the team about mid-July, was struggling a little bit. 218 was his average, 19 games. And then upon going back to USF, he transferred to Flagler for the spring semester this year, finished his time out there. And he had a pretty solid spring in the action that he did get, as that one comes tight to his knees, and the count's going to run to 2-1. He has also been tearing the cover off the ball for the Dawgs since joining this squad. He had a walk-off hit yesterday against Boonville in that 3-2 victory, as that one comes in towards him, and the count's 3-1. One player of the game for the Dawgs yesterday, who are in the green tops here on the road tonight. Got the light green Dawgs across the front and a little bit of white to the jerseys as well with the gray pants, as he tipped that one off the barrel of his bat back to Wirtz, and the count's going to run full. And Ross stepping out and taking time. Looking much different than he did a year ago with the long hair. Last year in Oneonta was rocking the shorter hair look, but love to see it. And he's got those gold chains on that helped him, capture the heart and attention of Outlaw fans last summer. But Staroba, his first full count of the night. Here's the payoff with one down. And that's a called strike 3 as Ross going to get rung up looking. Welcome back to Oneonta.
Approaching the plate, number 8.
So Evan Staroba, first 2 we've seen, he's retired him. And got to give a shout out. I know Jaden told me, talking to him earlier today, all of his family was going to be watching. So always appreciate the Ross's support last summer, and love to have you guys tuning in here tonight to watch Jaden, of course. Is Tyler Jones, best hitter in this Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs lineup, and arguably the best hitter right now in the entirety of the league in a 1-0 count near Staroba's pitch. That one over the head of Waterman to right field, and it dropped foul. It was a hard hit ball off the barrel of the bat, but just couldn't stay fair down the line. Looking around the horn for the Outlaws defensively tonight, Zach Porter's behind the plate. First to third on the infield, it's Cole Waterman, Brendan Connolly, Matt Carrera, and Thomas Woodridge. In the outfield, left to right, it's Zach Rao, Lucas Granger, and Owen Burnsworth. So a very similar lineup to what Keaton and Joe ran out here on Tuesday night when the loss fell to Utica here at home. 1-1 from Staroba, and that one shot straight back into the screen, and the count's going to go to 1-2. Tyler Jones, a mid-season Eastern Division All-Star, and he sits 10th on the PGCBL batting average list. But of all those guys in front of him, he's played the most games by quite a few as well, as that'll come in and plunk him on the left shoulder. And the Dodge going to have some life with 2 outs. Just look at the base runner. So Jones will get on. That's the 7th hit by pitch he's taken already this summer. And Thomas Moss, another new guy here for Coach Steve Luby, going to come to the plate. Thomas Moss, the DH yesterday, and right back in that position tonight. Went 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 Ks in that narrow 1-run victory against Boonville, who's really struggled here in July thus far. Connolly gloves it on the backhand, fires it over, and Waterman, nice stretch, gets him out of the inning. So only needs 1 pitch to retire Thomas Moss. Jones will be stranded at first, and it'll be no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left here for the Dodge top 1. Outlaws come to bat for the first time, and we'll run you through the lineup 1 to 10 when we come back. Welcome back to Oneonta, bottom of inning 1. And Evan Staroba working out of some early trouble in that top half of the first. Plunt Tyler Jones on the left shoulder, but luckily able to strand in as Connolly coming up with a nice backhand play and recording to put out here on the infield. Matthew Kahn getting a start on the bump tonight for Steve Luby, and he misses down low and away with his first pitch. Matt Carrera as the Outlaws at the plate for the first time here on a Saturday night at home. Again, it's Casella Waste Night here at the ballpark, so free general admission for all. Appreciate all of our Outlaw sponsors for all they do, and, of course, some of our sponsors buying out the ballpark and allowing all these fans to come out here and enjoy the night with us. Carrera quickly a 1-1 count. Matthew Kahn's been pretty good as a starter this summer for the Dawgs. This is his 4th start of the season, 9th appearance overall. He's 0-1 across his 19 1/3 innings. His great breaking pitch, and Carrera won't offer, and so it'll roll to 1-2. Kahn 15 hits surrendered, also allowing 16 runs, 10 of them charges earned. He's walked 13, struck out 27, and also has 5 hit-by pitches, and that one blasted past Jones in the right. Got away from Ethan Hughes, and Carrera heads up base run and dives safely into second, and a bad bounce gets away from Ramsey as well, but not too far. But Matt Carrera, love to see it, getting himself into second, leadoff base runner for the Laws. And, whew, Oneonta starting to get a little hot. I guess hot's not the word. After last night, we could say lukewarm, and then if things keep up on the right path tonight, maybe we can start to say boiling. But we'll take it one step at a time. Lucas Granger now up, his 2nd game here of the summer for the Laws. And showing bunt, Keaton Mark had that sign on, but wasn't able to pop it down. So the count to 1-0. Granger rocking that all-red batting helmet. Works for a landscaping company down just outside Cortland, so he's driving back and forth and playing for us here at the end of the season when he's able to do so. Was here with us on Tuesday night for that game against Utica, and be right back here for next couple of Outlaw home games Monday and Tuesday. Monday's going to be a fun night, Depot Wing Night here at the ballpark. So if you want to come out and try some Depot Wings, Monday night's the night to come. And, of course, see the Outlaws as well. A couple of bounces, Jones high, but in time to Hawk. And that'll be a 4-3 sack ground out for Granger, moving Carrera to third. And so he'll be just 90 feet away from the first run of the ball game. With now Zach Porter, one of the Outlaws' midseason All-Stars, coming to the dish. Zach Porter has kind of cooled off and humanized himself a little bit here as we've gone into the middle part of July. He was on a red-hot start to the month, but over the course of the last 5 games, just a hit in 4 of those. Hasn't had a multi-hit game here over the last 5. 277 is his average, 26 for 94 overall. This takes another missed low, then counts to 2-0. Outlaws, their home record is 3-9, and following the game last night up in Amsterdam, the road record sitting at 2-19. Kahn with that check look to third is 2-0, and Porter watches it low. And so it's 3-0. I think Kahn trying to be aggressive and pitching to the outside of the play, hoping he can get Porter swinging for something. Because Porter's one of those disciplined guys who's not going to offer something that he doesn't want. He's just going to wait for his pitch alone. Is the count now 3-1 on the backdoor called strike. Shadows creeping in over the entirety of the infield as we're getting close to 7:30 here in the Saturday night contest. And Porter, towering shot out to right, and just going to drop a few feet foul to the right of the 335, and so the count's going to go full. 335 to the corners here at Tomaski, 410 to straightaway center, so a lot of ground and certainly a lot more room to cover than what these guys saw last night up at Amsterdam. Just 280 to left and right field, and Lorenzo Camarilli able to put one out, of course, as Ramsey getting it to Hawk, but the run does score. Zach Porter, an RBI on a ball that doesn't even leave the infield, And Carrera crossing the plate, so it's 1-0 Oneonta here, bottom one. So the Laws jump on top early, and now Cole Waterman going to come swing it. Waterman committed to go to school in Missouri this fall, Mineral Area State College, and I've mentioned it a couple of times already, but Hugo Conhorst of the Outlaws spent his first year of school there, so the two kind of have that connection. It's always finding those little connections. I mean, most of the time in summer ball, you come to a spot where a guy's played there already or has a friend who played somewhere, and so it's just kind of forming those connections. Get pulled by the recruiting Darren and Pat Dengler to go to Sage this fall, so even in summer ball, kind of the recruitment process is ongoing, and still got a handful of Outlaws themselves that are looking for new spots to go this fall. Kahn looking to get out of the inning. Here's his 1-2 with 2 down. And Waterman going to take it down and away. And so it's 2-2. A lot of critical games going on here in the Eastern Division tonight. And we will keep you apprised of the out-of-town scoreboard here a couple of times as Waterman caught that one off his left leg. Couldn't square it up, put a ball fair, so he's now seen 5, and we'll try the 2-2 again. Getting down to the stretch run here after tonight. Just 7 more games to go for this Outlaw team. 5 of which will be right here at home. As Waterman down swinging. And went reaching for that off speed from Matthew Kahn down to the lower outside of the plate. And so it will be 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, none left on here for the Laws. And we'll hit top 2. Oneonta's got an early lead. Going to keep on moving here in Oneonta as we bring you back to the Maskey top 2. And Evan Staroba quickly in towards the elbow with one. A fastball that came up high, so it'll be ball 1 to John Ramsey. He's in the 5 spot in Coach Steve Luby's lineup tonight. And we'll close out the lineup here for you in a second as he goes pulling for the fastball. And the count's 1-1. Ryan Stranad, the catcher, hits 6th. Brandon Hawk at first base hitting 7th. John Calabrese in left hits 8th. And down in the 9 spot, it's Justin Hurd who's playing 3rd. I'm so accustomed to writing Justin Ford when we play Socrates that I wrote Justin Ford in my book, and then I realized that didn't look right. Colby's just having a great A day here today. 1-2 from the first base side of the rubber, and that one up towards the hands as the count's going to go 2-2. John Ramsey with a 271 average, 21 games played. He's part of that cast who's an everyday go-to for head coach Steve Luby. As some of the guys who've played for him before often say, he kind of gets a cast where he relies on pretty heavily, and then the rest of the guys he signs are just kind of, hey, my starting left fielder needs a day, so you're going to get in there and play today. And you might only see the field once every few days. It's just kind of the way things roll for some of these primetime teams on this eastern side, like a Mohawk Valley, a Saugerties, and an Amsterdam. Payoff. Off the barrel, straight back to the screen, and so that's now 7 to Ramsey, and Stroba trying to win the battle, get the first out. And this one skyrocketed up over the screen on this near side, and going to drift out to the parking lot. And so we'll keep going. 8 pitches in. And here's number 9. And that misses inside. Ramsey draws the walk. And so the DiamondDawgs with a base runner in each of the first 2 half innings. Is Ryan Strand going to come up next? He's got a 182 average in 11 games. He does, though, have 2 hits in the season series against the Outlaws. Mohawk Valley continuing to electrify and pump up runs against Oneonta this summer over the course of their 5 games. Have outscored this Law squad 43-16. 1-0, and that one misses opposite side, and so it's 2-0. After the Outlaws got a 4th of July victory here at Damaski Field by a 4-1 final, they turned around very next week up in Little Falls, fell 13-1 in 7 innings, one of 6 Mercy Run Rule games that this Outlaw team has been a part of this summer. Mercy Run Rule has not been the Outlaws' friend, to say the least. 2-1 your count on Strand, who again is behind the plate for Matthew Kahn here in this primetime affair. DiamondDawgs still fighting tooth and nail with Saugerties, hoping that they can find a way to slide up and take that number 2 spot, because at this rate, it's almost a guarantee that Amsterdam, for what seems like the gazillionth straight year, are going to take the number 1 spot on this side. Mohawks, though, it seemed like it certainly stunned them all when the Outlaws took that victory there last night, though, at Shuttleworth. So got to wonder if that's going to affect them in any way moving forward. The 2-2. And clinch a pull. And every kid in attendance once more going to go racing for a ball here at Damaski. Always such a wholesome tradition. Every kid in attendance, no matter what night of the week it is. And just get some chasing. Ramsey off first. And that one on the lower outside corner. Called strike 3. And Strand will be retired for the first out. And we'll go to Brandon Hawk.
At the plate, number 23, Brandon Hawk.
So Brandon Hawk will walk up for the first time. Hawk with a 231 average across 30 games. Mohawk Valley, as you'll see on our stat breakdown, in between this top half and bottom half of the inning, hitting a team of 254 entering the evening, which is just 10th in the PGCBL. You'd think being above that 250 threshold, you might be a little bit higher, but a lot of lethal offenses this year, and it's going to be very interesting. It seems like everybody year in and year out sleeps on the west side in this league, because everybody just thinks, oh yeah, it's Amsterdam or Saugerties league to lose, but that might not be the case this year. Batavia's been playing very well. Jamestown's been playing good ball. Niagara Falls starting to put it together here in the month of July. Is this one picked by Carrera, flipped to Connolly over to Waterman in time, and they get out of the inning, 6-4-3. So Ramsey shot down at second, and Brandon Hawk retired at first, and the DiamondDawgs once again going to come up empty. We go bottom 2 here on Law's YouTube, and it is a 1-0 Outlaw lead. Back here to Oneonta, bottom two. Dane Richards now at the plate facing Matthew Kahn, and the count quickly rolling to 1-1. Gotta wipe that base runner off first. I apologize. Again, having some issues here tonight, and lots to be sorted out, but doing all the best we can. As this one straight up the gut, Ramsey on the run, bombs it on over to Hawk. That will be a 6-3 to retire Richards, and there is now one away.
Approaching the plate from Hudson Valley Community College, number 13, Brandon Connolly.
There we go. This thing's fighting me. My scoreboard doesn't like me tonight, I guess. Is Brendan Connolly a walk to the plate. Connolly once more playing second base here for Keaton Mark. He had a tough game the other night here at Damascus. Got back in the lineup though on the road. Tried to make the most of the opportunity. He'll fall down 0-1. Connolly, another one of those guys talking about looking for a new home for the fall. He's trying to let his recruitment process play out and find a new spot. Only has a couple more weeks to kind of decide where he's headed. So hopefully he gets what he wants here soon, as that one missing down and away. And the count rolls to 1-1 here with one out. Strands behind the plate here for Kahn. Is this 1-1? Connolly swings right through it, and it goes to 1-2. Hot's at first. Jones is at second. Ramsey's at short. Got hurt over at the hot corner. And from left to right in the outfield, it's Calabrese, Ross, and Hughes. Kahn working from the first base side of the rubber. This 1-2. Connolly, right side of the infield, scooped easy by Jones, flips it to Hawk, and that's about as routine as you get. 4-3, Connolly's retired. That's now 2 away. And Ian Wirtz, the extra hitter, going to waltz up next. Behind Wirtz, it's Zach Rao in the 8th spot and left. Owen Burnsworth is in the 9th spot and right, and Thomas Woodridge wraps out the lineup at 3rd, hitting 10th. Ian Wirtz, the only outlaw to hit a home run here at Damascus Field in 2025. We've had 5 opposing home runs hit here. This one stayed fair inside the line. Back to chase it goes Ethan Hughes. Wirtz will turn the wheels on as he gets the second, diving in at first. And that's a loud 2-out double. And the Outlaws, another runner in scoring position.
Now batting from SUNY Oneonta.
So Ian Wirtz turns on the ball, catapulting it inside the line. And Zach Rao, who as always has family in the stands here to catch him in action, going to come up to the dish. Rao's been having a pretty good summer. 2-way in it here for the Outlaws. Wirtz at lead off second as Rao. Slow tapper to second. Jones flips on the run to Hawk. And that will be 3 ground outs with a 2-out double by Ian Wirtz sandwiched in between. It'll be no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 stranded on here for the Laws. And we go top 3rd in Oneonta. It is a 1-0 Outlaw lead. Back here to Oneonta, top of inning 3, and Evan Staroba going to miss down and away to John Calabrese with ball 1.
This is not right, though. We need to get rid of that. That doesn't come up when it works the right way.
So this one turned and shot out to left field towards the Outlaw bullpen, and the count's going to go to 1-1. Outlaw dugout is on the third base line. Their bullpen's in left. And from Mohawk Valley, the visiting dugout on the first base line, their bullpen's in right. There's the elevator pitch. That's going to move your count to 2-1. Calabrese, a lefty swinger, one of just 2 in this Dawgs starting group of 9. Staroba's 2-1. And that one bounced in the opposite batter's box as it'll roll to 3-1. Behind him, it'll be Justin Hurd, and then top of the lineup here for the Dawgs. This one hammered to Connolly, turns, fires it to Waterman. And there's a quick routine out, 4-3. Calabrese retired, and now it'll be Justin Hurd's turn.
I'm going to make Dorf do much work now. He's going to feel the wrath of this thing not working. Yeah, but it's this part, the screen part is not what it's.
So in the box,
It's completely different.
Justin Hurd showing bunt, and he slaps it down the line, charging over Evan Staroba. Got it just in time to Cole Waterman. There's a 1-3 for out 2. Beautiful play by Evan Staroba. I mean, that ball just barely stayed fair inside the line. He came over, charged it, and then just spun it to Waterman. It didn't seem like there was much communication there between the two, but still, you don't necessarily need to communicate. It's just a matter of there's ball, turn fire ball, and you got a hold ball. And that's exactly what happened, to put it in simple terms. Ethan Hughes, and that one wedged off foul, and so it's a 0-1 count. Hughes flew out to center field in the first inning. And this one now straight up the middle, rolling into center field. He's got a 2-out base knock, and the half inning will stay alive here for Jaden Ross. Ross struck out swinging his first time up. Took 6 pitches. The pitch he got hosed on was one that seemed like he got a little too familiar with when he was here last summer. It just seemed like yes and no. He was kind of always just is. This one hammered. Connolly slapping the tag down, but Hughes grabs the bag, so he's in scoring position, and it's a 1-0 count on Ross. But yes, no, up, down, everywhere you go, it just seemed like Jaden Ross was getting strike 3 calls that were not even close, whether it was 5 balls off the plate, 6 balls up. He was just always being forced out last summer and really took a toll on it. This one over the screen this side, and the count's going to go to 1-1. Ross 2 summers ago was an electrifying presence in this Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs lineup. And since joining the squad, as his plans to play in the NECBL fell through, he's kind of replicated that success as the 1-1 up towards the hands, and it's going to go to 2-1.
There you go. Okay. Yep, you got it. It's up there now.
You certainly need Ross, if you're Coach Steve Luby, to keep producing here the rest of the summer. Staroba turns, checks behind him, is 2-1. Ross out towards right, curves to the corner, gets out of the ballpark to the tree line. And so Staroba's looking for a put down, and Ross will be in 2-strike approach here in the top of the third.
What's the count? 2-2. How many outs? 2 outs.
Staroba checks behind him again as Ross angled over to the screen. And so it's now 5 pitches in. And we'll try it again.
I see a lot of people walking in still.
Coming up in the bottom of the third, we'll take a look at the PGCBL out-of-town scoreboard for the first time tonight. Zach Porter walked out and was having a quick conversation with Evan Stroba. Hughes shortly it off second. And now Stroba comes home. A good leave down and outside for Ross. Count run full. And it's his second straight at bat here to start off his night that he's seen a 3-2 count. Stroba's payoff, here it is. And this one chopped right to Connolly. Turns, fires over to Waterman. And that'll end the half inning. Ross is retired 4-3. The DiamondDawgs going to pick up their first hit of the night, but they leave another runner on. They've strained it 2 through 3 innings. We hit the middle of the third here in Oneonta. It is a 1-0 Outlaw score. Bottom half of inning 3, back here at Stuart Tomaski Field in Oneonta. It's going to be 9-10-1 to bat for head coach Keaton Mark. And this Outlaw team that's trying to pick up their first multi-game win streak of the summer here tonight. That one bounced off the plate, and Burnsworth's going to get Ed 1 out. Again, your final score yesterday in Amsterdam was 3-2. 2 straight years have the Outlaws beat the Mohawks. Both times have been on the road. Both times have been on a Friday night. And both times have been in front of a sellout crowd. As that one comes backdoor for a called strike. As Kahn got some sweeping motion on that pitch. 1-1. And Burnsworth going to watch it sail in there for a called strike 2. And so, it's 1-2. I'm looking at both first and third. Hurd backwards. Hawk will pinch up, but Burnsworth opts to call time, and so he's going to step out. Outlaws coming up. You already saw it on your screen. Going to be right back here at home Monday and Tuesday, following an off day tomorrow as Burnsworth goes down swinging. And there's one away here to begin the bottom half of the third.
Walking to the plate from Monroe Community College, number 14.
So, Thomas Woodridge will come up now. Woodridge, a .219 average across 20 games. That is a little bit off as he shows Barton slapped it down, charging it. Kahn throws on over, but he lays it out. Woodridge always doing some crazy things, and once again does something different and able to get a single out of it. So third hit of the night for the Laws, and it's back to the top of the lineup for Matt Carrera, who already has singled and scored a run. Carrera able to shoot this one over the screen and curves out towards the Damaski Field lot here in Ewell Park. So it's 0-1. Carrera saw a 1-2 count his first time up. Connie 0-1. And that calls strike. And so it's 0-2. Only thing that you don't want to do if you're Carrera is leave one on the ground straight up the middle, because this DiamondDawg team has turned the second most double plays here in this Eastern Division, and fourth most in the league is it's Batavia and somebody else from the West. Might be Auburn, because Auburn's been pretty good defensively. But the 0-2, and that's a called strike 3, and Carrera doesn't like it, but he'll take the walk back to the dugout. Matthew Cron now up to 3 strikeouts. As we promised, a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Starting in the bottom of the 4th, Niagara at Jamestown, 4-4. We got a start of an exhibition down in Elmira. Buffalo Diesel playing at the Pioneers, and looks like they are not keeping stats for that one. Top of the 4th in Geneva, Mutt Dogs are trailing the Red Wings 3-1. In Newark, it's an 0-0 game between the Doubledays and Pilots in the top of the 6th. And top of the 4th at Boonville, Lumberjacks have a 4-3 lead over Utica. And last but certainly not least, at Glens Falls, the Mohawks and Dragons in the midst of an 0-0 ball game. They're in the bottom of the 2nd. So again, it's 2-0 here on Lucas Granger. Short lead off first for Woodridge as this one clear shot up higher than the Swiss Alps to left field and caught by Calabrese. And so the half inning will come to an end. It'll be no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on here for the Laws in the 3rd. And again, there's your look at the out-of-town scoreboard for the first time tonight. Dawgs going to come. Top of the 4th inning here in Oneonta Outlaws YouTube. Tyler Jones will start the charge for the Dogs. As I said in his first at-bat, he has been ultra sharp for this team all season long so far as he hammered that one towards his head coach and third base coach Steve Luby to now fall down in the count 0-1. Mohawk Valley in the midst of a 4-game road trip, tonight being game 1, and they only have now 7 games remaining following this ball game tonight as everybody's down to the stretch run here in these final couple weeks. They do only have 1 home game left as well, which is going to be on Thursday night against the Utica Blue Sox. Sandwiched in between, they got 2 trips to Utica and another trip here to Oneonta as the Dogs are going to be right back here on Tuesday. And that will be the final time these two squads will play here in 2025. That one up towards the hands. Looked like it plunked him on the left one And so Jones will get the free base, and the Dawgs have had at least one base runner here in each of the first 4 frames.
Now batting number 20.
They had Jones get hit by a pitch in the first inning, so he's now got 2 of those. They had a walk to John Ramsey in the second, and then Brandon Hawk grounded into a double play to erase that. And in that third inning, had that Ethan Pugh single, stole second, got stranded there. So Mohawk Valley, yes, a base runner in each of the first 4. This one spiked off the plate to Thomas Moss, and the count's going to go to 1-up. Coming up, we will take a look as well. I mean, yeah, we showed you the standings here on the eastern side, but we'll talk you through not only just on this eastern side, but the west side as well, because it's coming down to the point where games won and lost really matter and leave a big impact on the standings. Laws do have an arm starting to get hot in the bullpen and left, and could be interested. Matt Prostopnik getting hot for the first time. He met us in Amsterdam yesterday expecting to throw, but with the loss taking a victory, didn't need to go to that bullpen and go to the wheel well because Alex Burciaga, you saw it, player of the game last night. You heard from him a little bit pregame, as I again apologize having to cut Alex short, but that interview's on our social media pages, so make sure you go check it out. It's the count to 1-2 here on Moss. Jones hanging off that first base bag is Soroba picking up a K. Moss goes fastball hunting. He'll be retired. There's 1 away, and it will be John Ramsey's turn to swing it. Ramsey wants his first time up. And this one gets away from Porter on the ball in the dirt. And so advancing to second goes Jones. So that will be scored as a wild pitch. And the Dawgs, for the second time tonight, can have a runner in scoring position. And we'll see what they can do with it. Staroba out of the stretch. Here's his 1-up. And that one misses up and in. Counts to 2-0.
Yeah, where's Rob at? I miss Rob. I have to go see Rob soon.
Off the second, it's Jones. Staroba, the 2-0. And this one straight up into the screen behind the plate. And so it'll go 2 balls, 1 strike. Evan Staroba has not thrown for the Outlaws since the 4th of July. Picked up the save in the 4-1 victory against this same DiamondDawgs team. 3 innings, no hits, no runs, no earned runs. And he struck out 3. That one up towards the belt, and it'll go to 3-1. Staroba's been working quite a bit. He does some landscaping work of his own, a little bit of construction work, and nice to have him come out here, help us out, get some innings tonight. Is that one low and away for ball 4. And so Mohawk Valley all of a sudden threatening here in the 4th as they got first and second with 1 out. And the last thing you want to do is allow this game to get out of hand. I mean, if Mohawk Valley starts to string some base runners together, that would be the time where you look down to the bullpen and say, Matt Prostopnik, it's your turn. Oneonta is fortunate that they have a handful of bullpen arms available tonight. As Staroba gets a swing on the first one with another foul ball. So Strand will trail in the count 0-1. He struck out looking in the second inning. Staroba now 3 strikeouts through the first 3 1/3. Lights are on here at Tomaski Field now in this top of the 4th as that one offered up for a called strike. And so, Strand's in an 0-2 count. Staroba, his 0-2 in high, and counts to 1-2. There were so many tight games across the PGCBL last night, but it's so weird coming in here to this one that it's two teams who are coming off one-run victories last night. Both came down to the ninth inning to get it done, and of course Mohawk Valley's was on a walk-off. But the Outlaws had to plate that run in the top of the ninth to get it done in Amsterdam. And really impressively, I mean, Alex Burciaga in that bottom of the ninth had that bases-loaded jam, just stayed calm, stayed composed, and Coach Joe said it best. But the aura from Burciaga has been great. Woodridge slaps the tag to get the lead base runner. As Tyler Jones will be retired, 5 unassisted. And so there's 2 outs. Put Strand at first on a fielder's choice as the Dogs going to have first and second with now 2 outs. Brandon Hawk up next. He was the one who grounded into that double play in the second inning. Sits to 4-3. Staroba is, weirdly enough, is just his 3rd appearance on the home mound as well of his 8. Had a couple at Utica, had one at Amsterdam. Is Woodridge checking a runner, throws it on over, and Waterman stretches out to end the inning. Cole Waterman once more showing off the mat, stretching those legs, and it will be no runs, no hits, no errors, and a pair left on for the Dogs. We hit the middle of the 4th here in Oneonta, and it remains a 1-0 Outlaw ball game. Bottom of the 4th inning, Zach Porter going to try to start things off here for Oneonta, add some more offense. You can't be comfortable with just that 1 run on the board. It seems like if the last couple of days are any indication, that low run adage up there on the scoreboard might actually give you a chance to stay in some games because, yeah, they lost the other night in Glens Falls, but Oneonta was in that game for much of it. They actually had a lead into the 6th inning. And then, of course, last night taking that 3-2 victory in Amsterdam and trying to once more get a low-scoring victory. Out to right center. That one going to drop and roll to the wall. Zach Porter in the second standing up. He's got a loud double, and the Outlaws in business immediately here to start the 4th. So Zach Porter on just the second pitch of the half inning, able to turn on it and shoot it out there to the gap. Jaden Ross and Ethan Hughes, it seemed like, didn't communicate too awful much on where that one was going to go. So Cole Waterman going to come up and hope to knock in a run. You know, it's special for him to come play at home. He is available out of the bullpen tonight for the Outlaws as well. Later on, we might see him switch and course, take over pitching duties late in the ball game if it's a close one, because that was actually the strategy that Keaton and Joe had last night in Amsterdam. If that game stayed close, Burciaga started to tire, Waterman was going to come out of the bullpen, but luckily Burciaga was able to go 4 innings to pick up the win. I keep wanting to say save as they call that a fair ball. And umpires, it looked like, going to talk about this. Looks like Waterman kind of frustrated, and there wasn't too much communication about it. Count stays. An out, I guess. So, all right, 5-3. Waterman's retired. That was weird. At this point in the season, you'd think your umpires would be talking a little bit more, kind of more clear on their calls on things, but I guess not tonight. Stan Richards, he grounded out, sits 3 in the second inning. Porter's now 90 feet away from Edson Insurance. It'll go to 1-0. Certainly be nice if the Laws could find a way to capitalize. Staroba might be done after 4. We'll have to wait and see. The 1-0, and that one left down and out. It'll go to 2-0. That one left up high, and it's 3-0. Again, Mohawk Valley's taken 4 of the first 5 from the Laws here in 2025. As that one a backdoor called strike. Khan got a bit of drop in, a little bit of sweeping motion on that pitch. He only rips out in the high 80s. Lifetime high in his scouting of an 88 is Richards. Straight on back, and so the count's going to run full. Khan out of the stretch, and Richards, towering fly ball right side, gets out of play and stays in the ballpark. So once more we got foul ball staying in the yard, and so Richards 6 pitches in. We'll need a 7th, and seems like we got a lot of battles being worked by hitters of both sides so far. Verstopnik is walking down to the Outlaw dugout as Richards takes the miss low and away. He draws the walk, and Laws will have runners at the corners. And you got to wonder right about now if Richards is going to be sent here, because you don't want to have that double play in effect with just 1 out this early with just a 1-0 lead. You want to be aggressive. Is Brendan Connolly going to settle himself in? Connolly takes a miss upstairs and away. And we're going to mound conference here. Steve Luby's coming out. Right about now, probably getting nervous because, I mean, it's not too often that you see this Outlaw team have a lead almost towards the middle stages of the ball game. It's been a rarity for leads to be on that scoreboard, and to have runners at the corners here threatening again to add more. You can just tell that the confidence is a lot higher than it's been for this group just about all season long. And, I mean, words were being thrown out in Amsterdam last night. I think the word that the Amsterdam coaching staff used for this Outlaw team was ragamuffins. But, I mean, again, we just talk about time and time again how many of these guys have just come and joined this team late and try to fill in those pieces and fill in those roles. And some of them have definitely paid off. But Luby's back in the dugout. Khan with his 1-0. And there's called strike. It'll go to 1-1. Connolly kicks that left foot way up. Is that one going low for ball 2? And Checklet back to first as Richards was able to get in there. So it'll stay at 2-1. Connolly out to right center. That one going to drop and fall in the gap. Porter has scored. Richards trying to go heads up. Dives into third. That's an RBI single. Brennan Connolly and double that Oneonta lead to 2-zip. So that is a critical hit to score the run. And Richards being heads up, able to go to third.
Ian Wirtz.
Where's mine?
Oh, we got this. Don't worry.
Yeah, settle down there, big dog.
Unless you want me to have it.
Ian Wirtz going to take one for a called strike. And so the count's 0-1. Wirtz frozen by a strike calls. It's 0-2. Con trying to pick off to first, and Connolly able to get back in there standing up. Con rots on the first base side is Wirtz. A little daisy cutter over to short, flipped by Ramsey to Jones, back to Hawk, in time.
He's safe, Blue.
It certainly seemed like Wirtz got there, but doesn't get the call to go his way. So it's to 4-3. Wirtz grounds into the double play. Each team has turned one through the first 4 frames. That'll be 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on here for the Laws. And we go top 5 here in Oneonta. This one's moving right along. Outlaws, a 2-0 score. Welcome to the Outlaws. Matt Prostopnik as we bring you back here at top of inning 5. He makes his Outlaws debut on the hill as indeed Evan Staroba's day is done. This one over towards the Outlaw dugout might stay fair. Porter able to make the grab. Oh, man. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's efficient ball. John Calabrese is retired as that one skied up. And so Justin Hurd now going to come up next here in the 9 spot. Prostopnik, as I said, joined this team yesterday prior to the game in Amsterdam. He has had some time at both Mohawk Valley and Herkimer to start his college career. And now offers up a called strike, and it's 0-1. He started at Herkimer his freshman year, made just one appearance, and then, of course, transferring. And now we'll see what he does next after a year at Mohawk. He's coming off an arm injury, and so he hasn't thrown too awful much here as of late. The 1-1. And this one, line shot right to Woodridge as he's able to haul it in. It'll be an L5, and that's too quick out here for the Dogs, and we'll go back to the top of the lineup for Ethan Hughes. Hughes is 1 for 2 so far. Flying out in the first inning, and then a single of the stolen bag in the third before being stranded on. Pretty tall there in the box, 5'11", 165 stature. Is that one just a couple balls down, and the count's to 1 out. Kendall Law is so fortunate as to get an off day tomorrow. Going to be huge for this team to regroup and regather. That one swung right through. Was huge earlier this week as well to have that doubleheader banged. And originally tonight we were supposed to play a doubleheader as well to make up the postponed game here from June the 10th when the Dogs were supposed to play here. But due to the umpire shortage and due to rules in the PGCBO playing no doubleheaders past the middle part of July, luckily able to get out of here with just the single game is Hughes right through that one, and the count's to 1-2. Prostopnik on the first base side, the 1-2. Skyrocketed up a mile high, out to deep center. Drifting over, it's caught by Lucas Granger. And so that's a 1-2-3 worked by Matt Prostopnik. Very good inning. We are halfway home in this one in the Outlaws. Holding on to a narrow 2-0 lead. Bottom of the fifth inning, Zach Rao in the box two for the Outlaws. Start things off, gets a new arm and a bit of sidearm whip out there. Ryan Callaghan, welcome to the hill here at Tomaski Field. Matthew Kahn is the starter, goes 4 innings, gives up 2 runs, both earned, surrenders 5 hits, walks 1, and strikes out 3 as Rao pulling for 1 down and outside, and the count's going to go to 0-2. Looking at the line for Callaghan this summer, 0-1's his record across 8 appearances. Has an 8.27 ERA, 16 and a third innings, 16 hits, 19 runs, 15 earned. As that one about bounce gets away from Hawk. He turns, recovers late though, and Rao able to get down there, and that will be an E3 to allow Rao to be a leadoff base runner. So, Rao gets to first, and it'll be Burnsworth's turn. But 19 runs, 15 of them earned with 14 walks, 15 Ks, and he also has 1 wild pitch, 6 hit by pitches. Burnsworth is in the box, and he's showing bunt on the first one and rolls up the painted line, but curve foul just a few feet away, and so it's 0-1. Rao hanging out at first. And again, it's a 0-1 count. Callaghan appearing for the first time in 5 days. Is that one whipped up and in. And it's going to go to 1-1. Looking recently for Mohawk Valley. Of course, the 4-3 game yesterday had a cancellation Thursday against Utica at home. At an off day Wednesday, so back-to-back days, won 12-2 in 7 innings as Burnsworth gets plunked, and he'll get on base. So it'll be first and second for the Laws immediately here against Callaghan, and Thomas Woodridge coming to the dish. But that cancellation before that 12-2 win, also won 11-4 on Monday against Utica, and it's just been quite the week here for Mohawk Valley after back-to-back losses, home and away against Amsterdam. So everything just kind of adding up simultaneously all at once. Is this one, they're going to say a foul ball. Is it skipped off the plate, so can't call it any other way. You know with Hawk and Hurt at the corners that if Woodridge is able to keep this one fair, won't be too long before that throw comes off to first, no matter which side it's on. Both feet will come up to the chalk line. Is both base runners going to go. The gun throw down to third. Rao slides in and avoids the tag. So the Outlaws pull off the double steal. And if you give them the bases, they're going to run. Rao goes to third. Burnsworth to second. And Woodridge has a 1-1 count. So once more, Hurt and Hawk are going to creep in. Callaghan's 1-1, and that one framed down and out, and so it'll go to 2 balls, 1 strike. Our umpire is going to come and converge about this. Don't know what there is to talk about. But regardless, give them the opportunity to chat. Woodridge will be granted first. And Steve Luby's coming out of the dugout. Luby's pointing towards Callaghan. So Woodridge is going to get hit by the pitch, and the base is going to be loaded. Didn't look like it hit him, but that's all right. Rouse at third, Burnsworth is at second, Woodridge is at first, and bases are juiced for the Laws with nobody out. And so right about now, you need to score some runs. You want to tack onto this one. Oneonta hasn't won 2 games in a row since June 30th of last summer when they swept a doubleheader on the road at Boonville, not to get ahead of ourselves. Carrera, taser beam straight backwards, and so the count's going to go to 1-1.
Oh my god, you tackled somebody one time on accident.
Carrera, single, and a strikeout looking.
They pull everything on the camera.
It's not that. No, it like.
She tackled her bad.
No, it's bad.
Good form, low key. You should play.
I played rugby. Yes, that's why I did that. I'm sorry.
The 1-1. And Carrera shot through on the right side, just past the glove of Jones to right. Pugh's going to get it in quick. Rowless scored, diving in right behind him comes Burnworth. Outlaws out to a 4-0 lead. That's a pair of ribbies for Carrera. That's a huge hit. Keep this thing going.
At the plate from SUNY Corbin.
Scoring 2 runs, and Woodridge able to go to third, so puts Oneonta in a prime position to even tack on a couple more. Lucas Granger will come up next.
Yes, sir, Colby.
Granger 0 for 2, a 4-3 ground out in the first, and a fly out to left in the third. Callaghan whipped that one right down Main Street, but Granger angled it up behind the dish, fouled, so it'll be an 0-1 count.
I'm still waiting on my 1 catch all year. I got 2 games, bro. Yeah. I'm just happy that we're not doing any games so they all know me. Fucking annoying shit.
Granger, that right foot over on the edge of the chalk line. And this one, this down and away. Counts 1-1. Callaghan is Granger. Able to clear shot that one out towards the parking lot. So it's 1-2. So second base still open. Only bag is Mohawk Valley getting another arm starting to fire in their pen as it's 2-2. Oneonta's already scored more runs than the average per game this season here tonight. And this also ties their season high in a game against the Dawgs as well, and we still got plenty of ball still to come. Got 4 more frames to be exact. Here's the payoff from Callaghan, and Carrera's going running. Is that missed high ball 4? Bases are once again full of Outlaws with still nobody out. So Steve Luby is going to point to the bullpen, and just like that, a change is going to be made. Bases are full of Outlaws, nobody out, and Callaghan going to get the ball taken from him before he can even get a 1. So we'll introduce you to the new DiamondDawgs arm when we come back. But again, it's a 4-0 Outlaws score here in Oneonta. Back here to Oneonta, bottom of inning 5, and 2 runs have already scored. Dawgs having to make a pitching change before Ryan Callaghan can even record an out, as it's now Walter Garrett in to face Zach Porter, who takes a called strike, start things off. Looking at Walter Garrett's numbers, he's 2-0, 13 appearances, 1 start. He has a 4.21 ERA. Is that one in for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Garrett, 25 2/3 innings, 27 hits, 13 runs, 12 of them earned. Is this one? Jones flips it underhand to Ramsey, back over to Hawk, in time to flip the double play, but Woodridge does score, and so that'll be an RBI for Porter. But again, now 2 outs on the board, 6-4-3 double play. And Granger is forced out in front of him, so that leaves Carrera at third as the only outlaw base runner left. And so the move to go to Garrett, I guess, paying off here for head coach Steve Luby. But now his team in a 5-0 hole, and Outlaws a season high of runs in the set against the Dogs. Cole Waterman finds himself ahead 1-0 in the count. Garrett again, 27 strikeouts, and that is second of the Dodge. Go to bullpen arms. Count 1-1 here on Waterman. Waterman missing down and away. So the count's 2-1. Out of the stretch, that one. Down in the opposite side box, and so it'll go to 3-1. Outlaws with now 6 hits on the board. Just one of them have come in this half inning. Waterman out towards center, racing in. Jaden Ross dives down, and he's not able to come up with it. Waterman able to knock in yet another run, and so the Outlaws now leading by a half dozen as it 6-0.
Now batting from Macomb Community College, number 1, Dane Richards.
So Carrera scores from third, 6-0 game. Here's Dane Richards. Now 4 runs going to be charged to Callaghan, and his line is complete. It'll be 4 runs, 3 earned, as Richards takes a strike. This one straight up the gut, going to be scooped in, flipped underhand. Jones to Ramsey to get him out of the half inning. So 4-6, Waterman's retired. That will leave Richards at first on the fielder's choice. Outlaws going to score 4 runs on just 2 hits, 1 error, and leave 1 on. What an entertaining half inning. And we hit top 6 in Oneonta, 6-0 Outlaws is your score. Welcome back to Oneonta, top of inning 6. This would be the guy who could generate some offense with a blink of an eye. Jaden Ross into the batter's box. And his return to Oneonta thus far has not gone quite according to plan. He's 0 for 2. Ross, a very great dude. Very energetic personality off the field is the word I'm looking for. Is the count going to roll the 1-0? He's a great dude, very good friend, and I really appreciate all the conversations with Jaden. As the count's to 2-0. Prestopnik gets Ross to foul one back behind the plate, and it's 2-1. Ross still rocking that USF batting helmet out here on the field. Here's the pitch. And that one banked in high. And so the count's to 3-1. Prestopnik low with that one for ball 4. And so Ross is the leadoff base runner here for Mohawk. Tyler Jones now going to waltz up. Jones thus far has been on base twice, both times courtesy of a hit by pitch. He was left on in the first and was forced out 5 unassisted his last time up in the 4th. And that one diving down, Carrera turns to Connolly, back over to Waterman, bang! Matt Carrera has been money up the middle of the infield for the Laws this summer, and he does it again. Magician Matt, right about be what you call him right now. Again, 6-4 and 6-4-3. Going to go the outs if you're scoring along at home. Thomas Moss now up in there to swing it for the Dawgs. Prestopnik going to come up high with that one, ball 1. So that leadoff walk quickly erased. Prestopnik gets a fly ball. This one out to shallow center field. Carrera's waving everybody off now. Last second, Granger comes in, calls them all off, and the Laws defense has become the strong suit of the night. Bottom of the 6th coming up next. A lot to be excited about here in Oneonta. Laws have a 6-0 lead. Walter Garrett, welcome back to the Maskey Field mound. Bottom of inning 6. Hopefully the Laws can greet him with some more offensive fireworks. It has been all offensive fireworks for this team so far tonight. 6-0 lead, and they put crooked numbers on the board in 3 of the first 5 frames. There's a called strike. And Brendan Connolly now trailing in the count, 0-1.
Connolly.
This game, as I said, whipping right along here tonight. A Saturday that the Laws have finally started to find a stride on. Sunday night has been the go-to for this team. 2 wins on Sunday nights. Haven't won a Saturday game yet this year, so let's change that right about now. The 1-1. And Connolly checking his swing, and he did go, and so it's 1-2. Waiting out of the stretch here as Gary. It is again 1-2. And the pitch. Connolly out towards the right center gap. Jaden Ross drifting over, dives down, and able to make the snag. Jaden Ross showing off why he was a primetime fielder here a year ago. Certainly knows how to cover a lot of range here at Tomasky. So 1 away, and now it's Ian Wirt's turn.
Number 17, Ian Wirtz.
Wirtz had a double in the second inning, grounded out to a 6-4-3 double play his last time up, back in inning 4 respectively. Count will go to 1-0. So Oneonta team tonight going for those white tops with their white pants here at home is the 1-0. Wirtz out to center field. Jaden Ross comes in, a couple of stutter steps, and that's back-to-back F8s ahead of Zach Rao. So the Laws offense continuing to barrel up balls, and this has got to be about the best you've seen this offense look all year. Last night was good, but you left those 9 on the base paths. You've had some other nights where offense has been barreling up balls, been hitting them right to fielders, but a matter of those percentages, a matter of those changes that you've been making, those little adjustments, all starting to pay off here right about now. Rao takes it, 1 down and away, and the count's to 1-0. It was a good leave by the SUNY Oneonta product going into his sophomore year, and hopefully he can do both ways this spring. Coach Suko didn't want him to two-way, and he's shown this summer he can do it and hold up well for the Laws. Rao, this one out, no man's land in left, caught by Calabrese, and so that'll end the inning. Quick 1-2-3 fired by Walter Garrett. All 3 flyouts to the outfield here by Oneonta. We hit the 7th here at Tomasky, and it is a 6-0 Laws score. Outlaws keep rolling as we go to the 7th here in Oneonta. Going to be 5, 6, 7 up in the lineup. Face Prostopnik, who's back out for a 3rd inning, and he generates a swing on the first one as it's cannoned up foul. John Ramsey, 2 walks so far tonight. He's been patient. Both came against Staroba. This is the first time he's seen Prostopnik, who's been about as good as it gets since coming out of the pen. Generates another swing. This one in foul territory over Waterman out of the lights. able to make the grab, and so there's one away.
You really tweaking out about it?
I gotta go deal with it.
So the Laws offense has been real solid as they've garnered up 6 runs, but the defense has really shined. Defense has been stellar. No errors on the board. Dogs have just one of their own, though. Ryan Strang going to take cold strike. Struck out looking in the second. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. Here's a 0-1. And that one going to drop in a bit low. And the count's to 1-1.
Don't make them shake in their boots, Tone.
Prostopnich 1-1. That one swung right through. And the count's going to go to 1-2.
1-2. My bad.
No, it's not your fault.
I don't want to go over there and watch this.
Prostopnik waits. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss, and there's 2 down. Coming up in the bottom of the 7th, we'll take our second look of the night at the PGCB Autoton scoreboard.
The first time I was asking him,
Is Brandon Hawk going to waltz up?
At the plate, number 23, Brandon Mohawk.
my bad, bro. Honestly.
Hawk 0 for 2 tonight.
What number is it?
Neither time has the ball left the infield. 6-4-3 double play and a 5-3er have made up his night. Prostopnich 1 out. In there, nice frame job by Porter to move it to a 1-1.
My bad. I don't have anything in my hand.
Prostopnik 1-1. And that one creeps towards the belt for another called strike. And Prostopnik trying to get out of the half inning. So Prostopnik trying to work another 1-2-3. And this one, Woodridge on the run, fires it over. And it comes to a close. Prostopnik, 3 frames. He's worked 2 1-2-3s. We're stretching here in Oneonta as the Laws, a 6-0 lead in front of the home crowd.
Rich.
Back here to Oneonta, bottom of inning 7. And Outlaws trying to make some noise against Walter Garrett as Burnsworth swings right through one. And the count will be 0-1. Crowd here in Oneonta saluting the hometown boy and Owen Burnsworth. Is he still fairly new to returning to this Outlaw team? Gonna hold up is that one called strike 2. Garrett trying to give this team some distance out of the bullpen as no arms are currently throwing for Mohawk in right field. 0-2. And Burnsworth going the opposite way to left, drifting on in, laying out, and it gets caught. John Calabrese drifting in and making that play look like a breeze. Flops down, able to come up with the ball. And Laws will go to Thomas Woodridge with one away.
The plate number 14, Thomas Woodbridge.
Woodridge feet kicked out even in that box as he takes ball one. And again, as promised, here it is. PGCB out of town scoreboard. Garrett gets a swing and a miss. There's Woodridge straight over the top of that one. So it's 1-1. Bottom of the sixth inning at Jamestown. Tarpstrons have a 9-5 lead over the Iron Bats. Bottom five at Geneva. Muck Dogs leading on the road 8-3. Bottom of the eighth at Newark and the Double Days have put two up, one in each of the last two frames to take a 2-0 lead. Bottom of the seventh at Boonville. Utica, after trailing 4-3 for much of the game, has just jumped back on top 6-4. And then in Glens Falls, Amsterdam, a 4-1 lead. The 1-2. And Woodridge looked like it was going to go to left center, but Ramsey came right in the way of it. It'll be a P6 scored by Woodridge, and now back to the top of the lineup with 2 outs.
Eastern Connecticut State, number 5, Matt Carrera.
So right about now, you hope that Matt Carrera can find a 2-out piece of hitting. Keep this thing going. Carrera angles one back out to the screen.
Is Tony close to him out? Why is Tony not close to him out? Where's he at? Did I miss it? I wanted to watch Tony crash out.
The 0-1. And Carrera takes it. Knee height for strike 2. So now needs just one more to escape the half inning.
Yeah, but I didn't report him or nothing. I got emails from the AD who was wait, was he doing too much? And I was I kind of saved his job for the moment.
0-2. And Carrera going to take it. Garrett has retired the last 6 he's seen. Laws will come back to the plate in the 8th. Looking to cash in and add some more. But Mohawk Valley comes to the plate first. Top 8 straight up next. And it is a 6-0 ball game. Back here to Damaski Field, top of inning 8. Matt Prostopnik back out for a 4th inning of work here for the Laws bullpen. Trying to keep this bullpen from using too many arms tonight. Right about now, you appreciate that, but at the same time, some of those guys who haven't seen action in a couple of days probably starting to get antsy. Especially a guy like an Asa Dugan, who kind of is expected to throw each of the last 2 games at Glens Falls 2 nights ago, and then, of course, yesterday at Amsterdam. Cole Waterman available as well, but, I mean, nothing wrong with it. Dan Payton, another arm available, as that one bounces off the mound and rolls into center field. So Keaton Mark looking down to the bullpen, probably saying that it's now going to be a short lead for Prostopnik after that. It is the first hit he's allowed of the night as well, though, as there was one surrendered up by Soroba in the 3rd, and that's been it. Just 2 hits for the Dogs, and Dan Payton going to go running down to the Outlaw bullpen and left, probably checking to see whoever's hot down there, if they're ready to go or almost ready. This one, nice frame job off the plate by Porter, but the count's 1-0 here on Justin Hurd. So again, 2nd and 3rd both open. Waterman, nice little stretch off first. Is that one. Framed in there for a called strike. And it's 1-1. And that one bounced in the dirt, and rolling the second goes Calabrese, so it'll be a wild pitch. So Calabrese running the scoring position.
How do I reverse it? I can't even do the regular forward. I don't know how to. That's why I cut you off.
So waiting for Stopnik.
No, I just pressed the wrong button. That wasn't on me, but it was on me, but.
Out of the first base side. Jets back behind him. And this one, deep in the air out towards left. Zach Rao drifting back on the trick, able to make the snag. That ball looked like it was hammered off the bat, but Rao able to run it down, put him in the Outlaw 5K. So Ethan Hughes back to the top of the lineup we go.
24, Ethan Hughes.
DiamondDawgs coming up following tonight. They're back in action tomorrow at Utica at 5:15. Turn around, play at Utica again Monday at 6:45 before returning here to Oneonta Tuesday at 7. Ethan Hughes took one up high. That'll be ball 1. Jaden Ross waiting in the on deck circle here for the Outlaws. Is the 1-out. Caught off the barrel of the bat, and the count's to 1-1. Ross, the 2-spot, a good hole for him in the Mohawk Valley offense. Gives him a good chance to knock in some runs, kind of power this team. 1-1. And that one bounced off the plate, and the count's going to go to a ball and 2 strikes. So again, waiting off second, Calabrese. For Stopnik. Got a fastball. Hammered back to the screen. Keep it at 1 and 2, so stay at it. Prostopnik, 2-strike approach, and this one out towards the Grand Canyon in center, and caught. Lucas Granger for 2 outs.
Approaching the plate, number 12, Jaden Ross.
So Jaden Ross trying to keep the half inning going, give the Dodgers their first run of the night. A good spot, a runner in scoring position. Dogs to this point on the night. Left 4 on the base paths. Trying to make it any further. As this would be certainly a performance to keep an eye on as well if the Laws can find a way to get it done here. Ross set to some sweeping motion for a called strike. Gotta assume per stop this night is going to be done after 4 innings with the action that's been happening in the Oneonta pen and left, but you never know. 0-1. And that one up and away off the plate. Counts 1-1.
You got to deal with you?
That one. Slow chopper towards third. Woodridge has it bounce over his glove, gets away into left. Turning, coming around to score is Calabrese. And Mohawk Valley able to cash in. It's a 6-1 ball game. So that will be an RBI single for Jaden Ross after conferring with our official scorer. So 6-1, and that one out to center field. All of a sudden, DiamondDawgs as Granger has it bounce away. That was getting to the wall in center. Ross being waved around third. All the way to third comes Tyler Jones. Mohawk Valley all of a sudden within 4 making some noise. So that will be a single and a 2-base error.
Now batting number 28, Thomas Moss.
Is Efi Adribby. And again, it's now a 6-2 ball game. And another runner just 90 feet away. This one now shot out to left, Zach Rao. Couple of stutter steps, able to snarl it in to retire Thomas Moss. The shutout, though, does get broken up. It's 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. Middle of the 8th here in Oneonta, and it is a 6-2 ball game. Trying to redeem himself after the error in the top half of the inning. Now it's Lucas Granger's turn to step into the box, and he takes miss upstairs from Walter Garrett as it's a 1-0 count. Granger 0 for 2 with a walk on the ball game thus far. As Garrett's 1 out. Granger out to shallow left, drifting back, going to be camped underneath. John Ramsey with an easy can of corn, and there's 1 away. So the Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs defense, despite the 1 early error, continuing to show up and get some outs as well.
Corner.
So Zach Porter's turn. And that one sweeps in there for a called strike. Porter 1 for 3 on the night. Does have a pair of RBIs and a run scored. And has just 1 of 2 Outlaws extra base hits on the evening. It's a 0-1. Porter straight up over the screen behind the plate. And in the ballpark, going to be caught by a lucky fan. So it's 0-2. Again, this one's whipped right along here at Maskey Field. We started first pitch 7:05 on the dot. It's supposed to be a 7er. And just an hour and 55 in. We're already here in the bottom of the 8th. So pending nothing crazy happens, going to get out of here 2:20 or less probably tonight. Which is certainly much appreciated for this Outlaw team that got back late last night from Amsterdam and had a lot to celebrate. The 1-2. And Porter left it low. So it's 2-2.
How many hits? How many hits are there? 4 hits, 1 error. But the error I gotta do on the bottom, right? I think.
They have, yeah. Both teams have 1 error? Yep. So give us an error too.
Cool.
We have 7 hits.
And Porter straight back to the screen. So we'll keep at it. He's now seen 5.
And I'll put the error back in the 9. On the top of the 9.
All right, good job.
All right, now what are we at?
2-2.
Wait, how
2-2-1.
1 out.
44.
Thanks, Dave.
My bad, guys.
49 is that bad.
Garrett steps and fires. And Porter in foul territory trying to have a play. Justin Hawk dives at the screen and came up just short. That would have been certainly something pretty if Hawk had been able to get that done. But instead, Porter's going to get new life, 6 pitches in.
Still 2-2, right? If they threw you out, you gotta go.
Ready to go?
Nice to see Porter continuing put balls in play. Continuing to make contact on the ball, squaring up. His timing is just a little bit off.
Let's go, Laws.
And Porter, another one in foul territory.
John. Yes, sir, John.
It's in the creek.
Eight pitches to Porter. Here's number 9, and that one takes a bounce, goes to the parking lot. Zed Porter's just running that baseball stash down here tonight. Guess we're going to have to get a whole new bucket.
Play some hot girl summer. Okay, you guys just use the battery.
The 2-2. And Porter up over the screen.
Come on, John. Right 2, John.
Your number 11 coming up to Porter. It was Walter Garrett just seeing his number continuing to climb.
I said right to you, John.
Just a third arm used by head coach Steve Luby tonight, trying to be the last one as well. And Porter now in play, out to right, over in the gap. It's caught by Hughes. So he drifts over from right center. Porter loses the 12-pitch battle. And now Cole Waterman with 2 outs, going to try to give the Outlaws another smidge of offense. Leading by 4, you can't get too comfortable. Got to wonder if it's going to be Dugan they go to in the top of the 9th. Try to close this game out. Come out of here victorious. Waterman steps backwards from 1 as it's a 1-0 count. And that one swung right through. So it's a 1-1. Out of the stretch, here's Garrett's little kick back. Pitch. Call strike 2. And so Garrett now needs just one more to get himself out of the inning. In the top of the 9th coming up, the Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs will have 5, 6, 7 up in their order. Garrett sets with the 1-2. Here it is. Waterman takes it down off the plate, and it's 2-2. Big swing and a miss. And Waterman unable to connect on the high heat until the half inning comes to a close. We're going to the top of the 9th here in Oneonta. Outlaws pulling it on to a 4-run lead. We will step aside and be right back. The southpaw out of Cortland's going to try to slam the door here for the Outlaws in the 9th inning. It's Tyler Blade, 6'5", 210, just concluded his freshman year, only threw 5 innings this spring at Cortland, but now trying to throw a couple of key innings here for the Outlaws down the stretch. Helped this team win a few ball games at the end. And first pitch swinging straight up the middle. He's greeted harshly by a John Ramsey single to get things off. So he wastes no time. Blake did throw a couple innings, 2 innings to be exact against Utica. And now off first, Ramsey. Blake pounds one in there for a called strike. And Strand's down 0-1. Strand's 0 for 2, also has reached on a fielder's choice as this one up over the screen this side, stays in the ballpark, and so the count's 0-2.
Oh yeah, they did say they were doing that tonight. Actually, Josh said they were doing that tonight, and I didn't believe him, but that's all.
And now out towards shallow right field, coming in, jumping up, it's caught. Owen Burnsworth showing off out there in shallow right, and there's one away. So the DiamondDawgs not dead yet, but getting down to their last legs.
At the plate, number 23, Brandon Hogg.
Blake able to offer in a called strike, and it's 0-1. And now that one framed up and away. This one turned and taser beamed up over the screen this side. And so, Brendan Hawk going to keep fighting in a 1-2 count. This one swung right through. Is Blake able to tee him up? And so now the DiamondDawgs are down to the last out here in Oneonta.
Let's go, 3.
John Calabrese is going to walk up. He's 1 for 3 tonight. As that one off the end of the bat goes to the Outlaw dugout. Calabrese early swinging the count. Blake now turns and looks to first. Is that one going to sail up and away? Count 1-1.
I don't have to put a TV away or anything. Just
that one misses down and away. So it's 2-1.
Come on, Christian. How the game is. Should I yell that?
No.
I will.
No.
Not playing. I'm not playing. Personally, I'll see every single one of them.
Blake looking to first is the 2-1. Teed up in foul territory. Woodridge on over. Reaches up, and there it is. The Outlaws have won 2 in a row for the first time here in 2025. Back-to-back nights. Doesn't take Thomas Woodridge recording the last out to get it done. And man, oh man, the pot's starting to boil. The Laws are starting to get hot, and you love to see it. Again, the first 2-game winning streak of the year, and at home, you win this one. First of 4 on the road for the DiamondDawgs. In upset fashion, the Laws pull it off. Mohawk Valley goes to 20-16-1, and the Laws go to 6-28. Mohawk Valley back in action tomorrow at Utica, 5:15 start. Outlaws going to go and play Glens Falls here on Monday at 7 o'clock. It's Depot Wing Night and Community Heroes Night. But again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Dogs. And for the Outlaws, it's 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. We'll be back here with you Monday, 6:45, 6:50 or so on Outlaws YouTube. You're not going to want to miss that. But the Laws are winners of 2 in a row. How about it? We'll catch you Monday. Enjoy the off day. And as always, roll Laws.